No hate is intended. For informational purposes only. Consequences, consequences, consequences. Cause and effect. Each and every action has an equal and opposite reaction. That is the topic of today's video. We all know the OnlyFans chicks. Actually, believe it or not, I have never subscribed to an OnlyFans account. I actually find it astonishing that men and women pay their hard-earned money to people showing pictures of their private parts, which are at that point no longer private. But what I find even more fascinating, not that I'm promoting, people showing their parts or anything, because I'm not, but it does amuse me how people pay their hard-earned money to people that just post regular pics like on Instagram. And don't get me started on people that pay their hard-earned money to see someone work out or cook on OnlyFans. Listen, common sense is not really common anymore, so let me help you guys out. If you want to see regular pictures from celebrities you like, go on Instagram. Instagram is free. As a matter of fact, you don't even gotta follow them. Just go on there, go on their page, and look at their pictures. That's it. And if you want to see videos of people working out or cooking, go on YouTube. And for that other content that you guys shouldn't even be watching at all, the hub is free. It's free. Come on. Men will just waste their money asking questions on people on OnlyFans like, hey, what do you think about the size of my dong? I'll give you $2,000 for your socks. What's wrong with you, man? What's wrong with you? No, stop it. But let's calm down. It's all good. I am not here to tell you what you can and cannot do. I am just making this video for educational purposes. I'm here because I can look into the future.
Oh, Mike, you can see into the future.
That's right. And what I see in the future is you liking and subscribing to this video. So you might as well do it now, since you're gonna do it anyway in the future, you might as well just do it now. Also, with this video, I'm not trying to say OnlyFans is bad, because OnlyFans is just a company. They are not responsible for what you post on there. OnlyFans is just here to help people create content. Yes, they allow certain content, but that's up to you. They're not forcing you to do it. They're just offering you the platform and you do what you want. Simple.
To me, it's about like choosing your regrets. I'm going to have some regrets regardless, whether I have OnlyFans or I don't have OnlyFans, because OnlyFans gives me money and that I can invest. I can start my own business potentially or something. Mm-hmm. If it was very little money, I would never ever do this, but I'm doing quite well and it can go better.
Can I ask you how much? You don't have to say if you don't want. Like roughly?
I wanted to ask that.
So you're making money, but at what cost?
You could, if you don't want to say it, you don't have to.
I can give you like a hint. It's like I make like a full-time job and a half, I would say. Like a fairly good
in a month or in a year?
In a month, yeah. Oh, monthly, I would say like I make as much as a full-time and a half job, I would say, roughly.
That's
full-time and a half? Come on, bro, just say the number. You're wasting my time. Now I gotta do some research about this. Come on. About $6,228 per month and a half. So that's basically about $9,000 he makes around. Not bad.
I mean, to answer your question, Pearl, you asked me just now, would I date an OnlyFans girl? I'm a conservative Muslim, and this is going to make for a very interesting discussion.
Yes.
We don't even date, period. If I wanted to marry you today, I would go to your father and I'd approach your father and I'd say to you, what's your dad's name, if you don't mind me asking?
Dan.
I'd say, Dan, I've taken interest in your daughter. I think she's a lovely girl, but I wanted to approach you first. This is the respectful manner.
My guy took this time. He took advantage of the situation. He's like, you know what? Let me raise her up while explaining the situation to her. Let me spit some game so that she can look into my eyes while I'm telling this example. If it fails, it was just an example. And if it doesn't fail, hey, you know what I'm saying?
Approach your father, Dan. And your father, he would take that responsibility of vetting me out. You see, he would make take his due diligences upon me. And then after that, once Dan has gotten to know me and has accustomed himself with me, and me and you have sat down a couple of times, maybe we go for coffee, the family don't always have to be around. After that process, it's very swift and quick. At that moment, you and your father, Dan, will decide, and you'll be like, you say to your dad, look, I like him or I don't like him. And then after that, your dad will be like, okay, we're going to make this happen or we don't make this happen. And in this way, I don't mess around with Dan's daughter. Dan's daughter is able to maintain one of her most valuable assets, which is her chastity and purity. And we're going to get onto body count today as well, which we're going to talk about, right?
Yeah.
You heard that? You heard what loses value once it's shown to the public? I hope you did hear that. Let me give you an example. Let's say there's a Lamborghini right there, right? It's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous car. Lamborghini Aventador, SVJ, screw it. Now, you want that car. Brand new. No one has ever touched that car. You get in the car, you drive the car. It feels good. The car is yours. You take it home, park it in your garage. It's with you until the car ends. Now, let's say there's that same car right there, brand new. But before you drive it, first, 10 other people had to drive that car and own it for a couple of years before you do. First, they're gonna own it, they're gonna run through that car, they're gonna take it to the track, speed, and they're not gonna maintain it properly. They would just take the pleasure from it. And then, oh, on to the next owner. And 9 more. And then the car gets to be yours. You see what I'm getting at here?
So this dating thing is not a thing for us in the first place.
Do you think it's better that way?
100%.
Yeah, I think so too. Because I think
What
women,
makes you say that?
I think men can vet other men better than women vet men because, like, you know, we'll be enamored by like a smooth talk. I mean, how many girls has Nick Cannon got pregnant?
If I've got the
is that a good
source,
On 9, isn't it?
if I've got the source and I know how to talk to a
Yeah.
woman, it's a wrap. But that's not going to work with Big Dan.
Yeah.
You see, Dan's going to be like, listen, big man, that's not working with me. You see, and then he's able to vet me out for himself. And then ultimately, the final decision still rests with you and lays with you. He can't force you to do it either way or not. But him being involved in that process, number one, helps you to vet him out. And number two, it adds a little bit of a fear factor. And that fear factor is, if I mess around with this girl here, I'm going to have to be held accountable to Big Dan. You see? Whereas when there's no father figure, brother figure, uncle figure in the picture that I know I'm going to be held accountable to, that's easy pickings. It's low-hanging fruit. And that's the way man,
Yeah,
you know.
but I almost think that only works if like the girl is pure, because what guy's gonna do all that for like a girl that's been ran through?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Like what guy's gonna go meet the dad and like do all that?
I think that's the difference, though, isn't it? Like you mentioned before to in your show, men care about the past when it comes to a woman, whereas women care about the future. It's a bit of a double standard, but it's not. I don't think it's as bad for men to.
I'm letting them do the explaining for, you know, of the past of the OnlyPans, right? So just understand, you know, I'm not, it's because if I say certain things, the boss doesn't like it, so.
To be doing OnlyFans, right?
That's
Compared
true.
to women,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
It's a whole different dynamic. Even when you said to me that you did OnlyFans, I didn't have the same reaction that I think I would have had with a woman. I would have been, and that's just a natural thing. So yeah, I agree. Not that I condone it. To be honest with you, I don't really like sex. Oh, I could say.
You can say something.
Sex. I don't condone it at all. Also, from just a spiritual perspective, the sharing of your body continuously with other people.
No, look, I don't. Like I said, like,
Yeah.
I'm not that type of person that would be like, no, fuck you, and I'll do whatever I want with my body, my choice. But I don't. I'm not like that at
Yeah.
all. I completely understand where people are coming from when it comes to
Yeah.
OnlyFans.
You see, that's what happens when you say, oh, my body, my choice. Oh, yeah, look what happens. You see, before you do something, look into the future. Look at the possibilities like, okay, let's say I do this, right? In the future, what will my son think of me, especially if my content was on the internet? What will he think when he finds out, look, my parental figure was showing himself on OnlyPans?
I am an OnlyFans girl. Hi, hello, yes, I post on internet for monies. Moving on.
I did not say that, she did.
Because I have noticed that a lot of people just assume that it's easy work, and that is somewhat the case, but not entirely the case. So first off, I'm gonna start with the pros. Number one, you get to be your own boss. This is my favorite part of OnlyFans because it allows you to do side incomes if you so choose. You can work as much or as little as you want to, and basically
Once again, you're your own boss, but at what cost?
potential to make money is up to you. Like you could make as much money or as little money as you want depending on if you're willing to put in the work. Aside from that, it is easy in a sense. Like you can just make TikTok thirst traps and like spam Reddit and Twitter and just post daily nudes and videos and make a lot of money doing that, compared to say a 9-to-5. It is a lot easier and it's a lot less work for the amount that it pays, which is why I'm doing it. On to the cons, which there is a lot of. First of all, it's uncomfortable. Like I think that a lot
Yeah, you're showing stuff that shouldn't be shown to everyone.
of people assume that because someone's doing OnlyFans, they're very comfortable in their body, their sexuality, they're just very confident and flaunt what they have. That's not really true. For me, when I first started, I was very uncomfortable with being naked in general, so taking pictures of myself naked felt very weird and foreign.
Notice how everybody that's being interviewed for being on OnlyPans. Such the same response. Yeah, it's such simple work, and yes, it's uncomfortable at times, but you get paid enough, you get paid a lot of money, and you can make a good living off of that compared to a hard 9-to-5, which you do much more work and don't get rewarded the same. What a response like that screams in my head is laziness. You don't want to work. You don't want to do what's difficult because it's difficult. You want what's easy money. And 9-to-5, you know, I'll work 40 hours a week and I'll only make $1,000. Okay, but don't forget that your work will stay on the internet forever.
Also, seeing your vagina in HD is a trip, as well as seeing your asshole in HD. And knowing that there is potentially millions of other people that have seen said things. It's weird, to say the least. Sometimes I just think about it and I'm like,
but the fatigue to do what you should be doing is way stronger than the uncomfort you feel while performing these acts.
Another thing is that people you know could potentially see your OnlyFans.
No, not potentially. They eventually will.
I've had people from high school message me and say that they've subscribed. Sometimes I wonder if my own family has seen me.
Maybe from Alabama.
Like, I don't know, maybe my brother uses Reddit for porn and he's like, oh shit, that's my little sister.
You hear that? So she knows what's going to happen. She knows the possibilities, she knows the risks of what's most likely going to happen if she's there. But she continues doing it.
One time I was on Pornhub and I looked up tattooed people because tattooed people are hot, and I saw a video of my sister getting railed. So that is very much a possibility. It's something that could happen. Gotta think about that.
Words cannot explain the state of mind that a sibling will go into once they find out their own sibling is doing things for the public that should not be for the public. That hurts. That's more than just hurts. That is basically trauma.
You can't undo OnlyFans. Like, once your yitties and your vagina are out there, that shit's out there for good. And if
that is correct. You see, once you post your stuff, whatever you're posting, your fans are paying for it. And someone will be like, you know what, I'm paying for it. And I'm gonna screenshot it and share it with the world, and they post it elsewhere. Is that what's right? What should happen? No, that should not happen, but it happens anyway. So, you know, people that do this, they know what they sign up for. They know what's gonna happen. They just do it anyway. Is it bad? Is it good? I don't know. You decide that.
If you decide to go into a career where you have to be PC, you're not gonna be able to go into that career. So it does kind of trap you in a sense. I think that time.
Once your stuff is out in the public like that, let's say you want to be a teacher, guess what? They're not gonna let you. You want to be any medical professional, most likely they're not gonna let you. Just know what could happen if you join that world.
Times are changing and OnlyFans is a lot more accepted these days, but even given that, you still can't be like, I don't know, a preschool teacher. I have definitely been treated differently since I started doing OnlyFans because it is so stigmatized, and a lot of people essentially equate it to being a prostitute, which is also fine. No harm in being a prostitute.
You choose who you listen to, and you choose what's right and what's wrong.
Doing OnlyFans does make dating harder because there are a lot of guys out there that do not want to date a girl that has her yitties and
Do you think a professional individual would want to share his car with the world? You think he wants, okay, yeah, I got a Lamborghini, it's beautiful. I want the whole town to drive that car as well. No.
And yeah, thank you. Please subscribe. I need the subscribers so that I can less tentacles and do more of this.
Okay, so you just basically explain you don't want to do that, but you're still doing it because it pays the bills. So if you think that's actually easier, is it actually easier? Think about it.
A lot of people have seen my lifestyle, and that, you know, throughout the years, I've been able to afford nice places to live, nice cars. I've been able to just provide really well for myself. And that's something that I'm really proud of. And a lot of people ask me how I do it and if they should do it. It can seem very, very tempting to want to get into this. When you hear about how much money people are making on OnlyFans or Patreon, it's really, really tempting. And I've actually recommended to some of my influencer friends that they should try OnlyFans. And they thought about it. They deemed that it was the right fit for them, and they've gone on to become really, really successful, like making 6 figures. Like, I know several different OnlyFans.
Yes, the money's tempting, but once again, think about your future. Think about the price that you're paying for that. Yes, you're getting paid, but you're also paying in a way.
As creators who do make anywhere from $20,000 to well over $100,000 a month on OnlyFans. Is this something that's going to hurt you anywhere down the road? Do you have any career plans? If you are at all, at any point, going to plan on becoming a teacher, a lawyer, a doctor, anything like that, this may potentially hurt you later on down the road. This will affect your ability to get jobs. This will create very difficult and awkward scenarios in your life if you do it, depending on what you do on OnlyFans and Patreon. There are people who just, sell bikini photos. There are some people that do a lot more. There's some people that do just straight up. And there is a huge stigma when it comes to that sort of work. I know a lot of my friends who have gone on to do OnlyFans, they definitely face a ton of backlash.
These individuals should not be harassed. Everyone makes choices. They could be good, they could be bad. It is what it is. But some people just fall to the temptation. This video is not going to change anything. People are going to still do it, and people are still going to not do it. So if you think it will benefit you in your future as well, hey, you do what you got to do. Business is business.
People can make it look really, really easy. Like, oh, I just woke up like this. Like, no, this cultivating an audience, building a brand, it takes sometimes years. So prepare to have patience, prepare to try different things, and they may not work. Another piece of information that is a little bit concerning, and I read this on a website, and a lot of OnlyFans models will say, oh, I'm in the top 0.01% or the top 1%, and I'm on the top 0.05%. I'm very proud of that. And according to this article that I read, it's somewhere like only the 1% make like 80% of the money on the platform. It's kind of like the 1% in the real world. I think that is something to also take into consideration. The average person who does OnlyFans may only make like $400, $500 extra a month, if that, unless you are a person who is extremely motivated and is willing to put like tons and tons of time and effort into this.
There you go. There's your answer. It's still work, whether you have fatigue or not. Don't think just because you joined the platform, now, okay, cash flow every month. No, it's still work daily, hours and hours on end. Choose your struggle. There are other very lucrative ways to make money that don't involve you having to do things that you don't want to do, because as you see, some people don't want to do it. They just do it because it pays the bills. Come on, working, not that hard.
You're working just as hard at this as you would be at pretty much anything else. Like it's not like you're taking the easy way out by doing OnlyFans. You're gonna be working your ass off to promote yourself and to grow.
There we go. That explains everything. I just let you hear from people that actually have done this in the past and are currently doing it to explain the pros and the cons, whether you should do it, whether you shouldn't. At the end of the day, you decide. They don't pay your bills. You do. So I'm gonna tell you that you don't already know. That sums it up. Thank you guys for watching. If you would like for me to, for research purposes only, look at the platform and do some research, hey, put it in the comments. Why not? See you guys in the next video. I am out. Peace, baby.